Hello and welcome to Bulldog Silver analysis of. Wait, no.
As the teams head into Champion Select, that's my cue to hand it back over to our brilliant casters. Gentlemen.
Well, this is.
But Kobe, they won a game last week.
So apparently we're 1-5.
They gotta keep that one going. Such is the case.
I thought I was on the wrong week somehow. I'll move my mouse. That's really annoying.
Of course, that's not quite the record, but we'll see
Yeah.
if the road upward can go well for them. They are 2-10 indeed, just double that scoreline in both the win and loss column, and that is how they're doing
Okay.
so far. Yes, they
So
won a game last
we got
weekend.
Team
Yes,
Liquid
they
this
beat
week.
CLG a while ago.
We have Wind in instead of Sticks A, which, you know, at this point we're pretty much out of playoffs. Unless if we win out, then we have a chance.
Sure, I can accept that logic, but look at the Academy games. Wind has played 8 games over there. His stats are unequivocally worse than Stixay's. His win rate is worse than Stixay's.
But do whatever the fuck you want. Shut up, freak. Nobody.
Player than Stixay. If you're doing this to turn your season around, on paper this is not the choice.
Yeah, and I mean, I think
This is just a try shit.
in scrims,
If you
they
paid
may be
attention
performing better
at
there.
all
There are other
to
behind the
Weldon
scenes
or
issues,
Tafus,
and maybe when you're sitting at 2-10, you're just
it's
thinking,
just
what are we
try
gonna do
shit.
next split,
Sure.
right? And if you think, hey, Win has the ability to really step up and become a great player for this organization if we give him stage time and we allow him to develop alongside the LCS squad, then maybe that makes sense. And
Is
do
Doublift
think
still
that
sick?
He is kind of trying to look for it because at this
Is he
point,
just getting
let's
benched
be honest, they're
for
not going to make
tactical?
playoffs, right?
Yeah.
It's so incredibly unlikely for them to be able to do that. Janna coming in,
Yeah.
this
Is
very
that the
well
Janna
could be
top?
lane Janna. We actually saw this
It
played
is
by Wonder earlier today.
Definitely top lane channel.
Definitely top
Ruin
lane.
coming in with the
100%.
support
Wow,
top
that's a big
laners.
percentage.
That is a very large percentage. Everything is always going to be accurate here. Janna is definitely in the top lane. She's going to buy Spell Thieves, and she's going to heal the crap out of her team.
Yeah, it's actually, pre-Spell Thief nerfs that are on live now. This was the highest win rate top laner in solo queue, and by a lot. It was something like 58%, which is
Oh, that's-
absurdly overpowered.
It's better than Soraka top was in solo.
Yeah,
That's- that's, like,
Janna,
actually
Soraka,
insane.
All these types
Okay.
of champions had gained a lot of popularity utilizing this Spell Thieves play. You can farm, I believe, 2 minions per wave without actually going into the penalties for Spell Thieves. So you pick up a couple minions per wave, you stay in range for experience, you harass and proc Spell Thieves
Alright.
on cooldown, and then you just become a Janna who has a ton of gold, a ton of levels, and can really support your team come team fight time. When you're playing against something like an Orange,
I've seen Wind play the
Orange
Aphelios
can't just win the game
pretty well.
every time.
See, look,
Yeah,
there's the
yeah,
Yumi
so,
ban.
with that locked in, I do think it makes sense as a pick. And
But
I'm
we don't
assuming
play
it's
it,
top, of
apparently,
course, it could
so
just be
I
played
don't know why they
in a
banned it.
support role. But it's one of those things
Thresh
where
would be.
generally
I guess
often
I can
strategy
agree with
against
the
these
Thresh
types of
pick.
comps where you run the
I
support
like it
comp
better
and
than
try to
Kenj.
teamfight is a split pusher. But with Ornn, unless they're going to
And it gives Aphelios
impact some type of split push champion,
an out.
which they probably won't because that's just not TL style. I think it's going to be great.
I think it's going to be great. They've got an Aphelios to buff up. They got a Thresh for some playmaking as well.
So for sure, top.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, this is looking pretty hype. I do think this is fun. I am always happy to see teams throw out stuff and try it out. When we had,
I think
you
that's a
watched
good
LEC
ban.
this morning, or evening if you're over
Because
in
we
Europe,
don't really have
or any other
the big
farther
body
down
to
east of us, but
tank
What other time zones are
Anyway,
free?
sorry, let's get on to the
a
actual
pick champion
topic,
like that.
which was G2's top laner Wonder was talking about playing Jen. He's like, yeah, I scrimmed it 3 times. I saw that, like, the champion was absurdly OP in solo queue, and was like, well, I should just try, even though it's going to get nerfed really soon. This was a good pick for it, so
Yeah.
I went with it. And
I
yeah,
mean,
it was
Ruin
okay
can
when he
play
did.
whatever the hell he wants
I
except
will
Ornn
always
for
respect a
whatever
player
reason.
Who's like, even though it's not going to work next week because the spell thief's getting changed, I will try this out. I will innovate. I will play the new thing. I respect that of a player. I'm happy Rune's doing it. I'm happy CLG's picking it for him, and I think CLG will look good with
Yeah.
it.
And I think
Just-
again, it makes even more sense if you're in CLG's situation and you're 2-10, right? Swing
Yeah,
for the
do
fences
cool
is
stuff.
Yeah.
You are not expecting
At least,
TTS
if you're not going to
to
win,
win
at least
four of
make
their
your
last
games
5,
interesting.
Although they are 6-6,
Because
there
you got
are
people
other
like me
teams
that
they
sits down and
dominated
watch
last
it.
weekend, only had
I watch
one
all
net
of them.
between the 2 games, something absurd like that. So I respect taking a swing here and saying, hey, maybe this is not something we're going to do every week, but this could get us a win over TL and keep us in the running.
Yeah, post Broxa, Team Liquid is a 4-2 team, and look, a couple of those losses were jet-lagged Broxa, right? Where it's like he landed 3 days ago, and you give him a pass. 3 wins straight for them, as you mentioned, for the last 5. It
Okay,
hasn't looked
Syndra's a
better.
good pick.
CLG going to round out the team comp. Mid laner gets picked. They are saving jungler for last, which I find a little interesting, but they will.
Well, that's fine. Syndra's a good blind pick. It has a 70% win rate.
When you save jungle for
It's
last,
absurd.
a lane pick. It's about, generally, I have something that I think could be good if their composition allows for it. So you want to be able to see what your opponents are going to run and then pick based on that. I do think when you're running these types of compositions,
I mean, you could pick Trundle here because they have Ornn, Braum.
So it could be something
gives you more of a front line.
Olaf, are you considering maybe even a Kindred or a Graves or something like that that can scale well and be another kind of force for your team? But I will say, CLG is pretty damn low on engage right now. Yes, there is some ability to pick with, say, a Gravitum ult or with a Thresh Hook. Or
we have a little bit, but
engage,
we don't have a lot. We don't. Well, Gragas Sejuani aren't available.
Right? When you come to
Trundle could be fine.
Are standing ahead, you can't just hard engage onto them. Even if you
Hey.
So it is going to be Trundle. This does improve your ability to actually land
Let's
hooks
go.
as well as scatter the weak with consistency. You throw down the pillar, the AoE
I like
slow
it.
there, plus a little pop-up gives you a chance to follow up on that. It also helps them to shred through the front line. So although Trundle is not traditionally built as kind of a damage carry, in the LCS, it is effectively, giving you the same.
It's
sort
one of
ability
Wiggly's
to
best
take
champions,
the
in my
tanks
opinion.
and kind of fulfilling that same role.
Right, he's essentially a gigantic damage amp for your entire squad, and so maybe you knock down the Ornn fast enough. The Braum
It's just supporting
for the majority of the game. So
the
front-back team fighting, I think, does look
Aphelios and Syndra.
here. The backline should be safe. They've got 2 good carries.
I'm also really interested to follow the bottom lane here because I do think with this type of composition, Wind has to have a good game. If you get slammed in lane, you don't have really enough of a consistent damage source to protect. The Janna is there to buff someone up, to take that strong carry and make them even stronger. Last time these two teams fought, it was 6A and Doublelift in the bot lane, so completely different bot laners, but TL absolutely slammed CLG. Doublelift and Core JJ
Wind.
got a 2v2
What a
kill.
great picture there.
They were dominant, and
Looking-
CLG is going to have a strong lane
looking
performance
spiffy,
here
my
from
dude.
Wind and Smoothie if
Looking
they want this
spiffy.
composition to work out.
We'll see if they can do it right now. Tactical
I
is deathless in the
I don't know how good the
LCS.
Janna actually is, but if it's as good as they say it is, I do like the
Side of it.
comp
Yep,
a
it's
fair
gonna be
amount.
him and Doublelift fighting for the spot.
And-
They signed a new academy. Bot laner to play down there. And we're going to see how much work can be done. As Team Liquid hope to continue to rise up the standings. They are in playoff position. We know top 2.
I mean,
is
it's
what
weird
we're
that
fighting for.
they're like
FlyQuest and
fighting
TSM
over
are in striking
tactical
distance.
versus
The
Doublelift.
TL squad counter
Doublelift's
logic
better.
Not out, but certainly down. We'll see if they can move their way back up. They can make it a top 6. They are 4 wins behind 6th place right now.
Okay, what a weird place that the LCS is in right now. That Sneaky and Doublelift, neither one is
Real quick
starting.
as the fans chant back and forth. Obviously, standing by with Dodo.
That's just bizarre.
Thanks, guys. Dodo, we
Oh!
see tactical. Oh, my
Oh, let's go!
Oh,
Get him!
and he's out. There we go. Okay, well.
Well, got the
there's
flash
the
heal in
AR
exchange
right
for the
there. Tactical
ignite.
And survives the invade. But just asking, decision making for continuing to keep him in this week.
That's
despite
very good.
Doublelift recovering.
Yep, so we used Tactical last week and we had a pretty great week, and the team in general played really well around Tactical, and then there was a lot of things that Tactical was bringing to the team competitive-wise, so we definitely wanted to see more of him with the team, and we wanted to make sure we can have a better decision going into the rest of the split with the strongest roster.
Well, I'm sure he's excited to prove himself, and the fans are excited to see
Yeah,
him play.
but
Dodo, thank you, and back to you
You're
guys.
trying to prove yourself over the most provenly successful AD carry in the history of North America. You're gonna have a tough time taking that spot.
Yeah.
It's just not really gonna work out well for you.
I know. Yeah, it's always fun to do. It looks like both
Doublelift's a
squads
pretty
have
damn
everyone
good
they
player.
start quickly. Going
Might be
leadless
having an
here,
off
for the most
split
part,
or
I believe
something.
maybe Rune helped a little
But
bit.
Look at this. So
he's real,
This is actually really
real
important.
good.
Jensen is lane swap top against the Janna.
I like
so
that.
This is actually really intelligent. You put Ornn mid, where he can just rush Abyssal and actually be, completely fine against Syndra. So that's no longer a dangerous matchup there. You put Victor top, where it is a range versus range matchup that can actually win out against this Janna. Ornn is not going to have the
But
ability to take down the Janna.
I don't know. Janna can just kind of farm up
She
still.
procs Spell Thieves constantly. Anytime you are going to proc your Spell Thieves in a range matchup as this Janna when you're against the Victor, you are going to
But
be getting traded.
Pole
back
Belter
off.
can
So
just
it's
kind
actually
of
A,
shove
a lot
in
harder to
early
keep
and
up the gold
make
efficiency of
moves.
that item and have
Like,
that cooldown the whole time. And B, you can just get bullied out and straight up lose this 1v1. He also doesn't even have teleport.
This is very, very well played.
Bottom side, can they knock down Tactical at level 1? The tower dive is not working yet. Finally, one traded back. The stun comes down to 1-for-1 as we mentioned. First blood going over to Team Liquid.
Yeah, Tactile does get first blood. I like the play from CLG, very aggressive. They had level 1.
I mean, Pobelter getting ahead so you can dominate the lane even further. That is real good for us.
Red to blue, straight to bot, roam down here from Pobelter, and they go for it. But Tactical is positioned pretty well.
But the aggro juggling was very poorly done because Wind should not have been the one taking the aggro to start with.
You have to imagine, shouldn't it be just
But
for Smoothie to pull aggro in the first place? Now Rune takes the damage, does not have teleport.
Yeah.
Gets the taste of blood damage, but getting back to lane is going to be hard.
Exactly. So this is actually a really big deal. When you're not playing TV, as Wiggly may try gank here again, we'll see if that happens. But when you're not
I don't know. Freak is so quick to jump to the worst possible thing for CLG. Like, oh, this will be super negative for them. When in reality, it won't be that bad.
You know, Jensen right now is trying to deny a lot of these minions, and Bruin's actually not roaming mid.
Oh, that was so good by Pobelter. Holy shit, dude. Oh, fucking bodying bot lane, Smoothie.
Finds the kill on Tactical, and they have instantly halved Tactical's KDA.
Yeah, 2 deaths in the first couple minutes after having a deathless weekend. Jonas shows mid, so they're actually just going to try to lane swap here.
CLG making the best case for double lift.
Match that lane swap and just kind of continue to do this.
They're like, don't make the same mistakes we did, bro.
In that matchup against the Victor, and I see no reason that they shouldn't just kind of try to maintain those lanes and swap around. You know, have Jensen base, have Impact try to push this out, but here this is one more time.
Oh, that's so well played too.
Is spotted now. Smoothie though flashes in, finds the hook there onto Tactical.
And Tactical is just gonna be so far behind levels wise.
Could have just tanked that hook and allowed Tactical to kind of just get out of there, give up his life instead. But it is
extremely well done by the bot lane. Wiggly as well. Not fucking up the early gank.
Neither of us have to use Summoner and we get out for free. Yeah, but either way, does mean Tactical is
I mean, it was Wind that made the mistake on the first one, not Wiggly.
Got that first blood because otherwise it would have been pretty bad.
Big step up for
does just lane swap right
Wiggly.
back, and now it's going to be Wiggly coming here because Ruin wants to get out. He's just going to try to lane swap again, and it's going to be kind of this shuffle back and forth. That is why you're calling your jungler here, not to try to gank, but to say, help me push in this wave so I can leave. I don't want to lane against the Victor.
And what's kind of nice is, you know, if you're Kobe, you're happy that you're the jungler here because you can take the wave, right? Janna's going to hit, you know, CS penalties if she goes too hard on that one.
Kobe?
So, yeah, like, because Kobe loves taxing waves. He loves money all the time, you know? He's trying to be the rich boy jungler, and
it's well done.
You know, hey, congratulations, Trundle. Here's some extra CS. It also means as they shove down mid together, they're going to go for the Ocean Drake. So Continual Gaming, right, finding a couple of windows here. Do want to kind of caution any early doom and gloom from that first dive being maybe questionable because Continual Gaming basically tied in gold, up that Drake.
You were the person that gave the most doom and gloom.
The CS doesn't tell the full story when you're looking at these jungle lanes because so much of your gold is from the Spell Thieves. So despite the fact that it's 48 to 19, when you're comparing the Victor to him, he's only down like 300 gold. You know, it's really not as bad as you would expect. It's actually more important that you get the experience, and that's where I'm a little bit more concerned because Ruin just hit level 5. Jensen has been 6 for a bit, so he is falling pretty far behind in experience, and that is the cost of trying to lane swap back and forth constantly and trying to dodge this lane.
But Pobelter's doing fine.
When you do that, you are missing minions, and you're missing experience, and Ruin again is just running away.
But it's a Janna who's perfectly okay with missing minions.
TL have very well scaling solo.
Missing experience.
Though they're super dependent upon their early game, so giving Victor and Ornn a free
So
game,
it's not that big a deal because Janna does fine
keep watching Ruin and Wiggly play together. Wiggly
in a low
econ
econ situation.
The jungle item also has this for the first, I think, 14 minutes of the game. It's no longer whether you finish the enchant. It's are you 14 minutes in the game? So if he has, if 1/3 of his gold income, or I think it's 2/3 of his gold income, is from minions as opposed to jungle camps, he will take minus 10 gold per minion. So they kind of have to balance both of them together and make sure they're not sharing too heavily on just one player. So far they're fine. They're not hitting penalties, so that's fine so far. But keep that in mind that you can get to a point where even Wiggly doesn't want that CS.
Yeah, now they're going to move up towards top. It's just this kind of roam squad The Janna
Yeah, this is an interesting strategy, and I'm digging it. It's just super weird.
I wouldn't mind Jensen just ulting the wave, to be honest, to actually clear that out. But they think they can find a fight here as Impact roams up.
It's at least enough safety that there's no play to be had. And look at that satisfying death ray. Otto's the last one, and Jensen stays up to 65 CS. So most farm in the game is Victor going back and forth, pushing first, claiming the wave, saying, hey, Ruin, run away from me, and Ruin obliges.
Yep, Ruin is just going to keep doing this, and it's going to be up to what their team
He's just going to stack
Can you
gold by doing that. He'll be a little behind in CS, but Wind is super far ahead. So we've generated advantages elsewhere, and Janna isn't. You don't really look to generate an advantage. You just look not to fall too far behind.
It's very simple to actually deny a lot of those engages unless you can come from an angle that Janna doesn't see you or get a kick flash, these types of plays. So it is going to make it a lot harder for some of these melee champions on TL to get things done.
It's still a very close game, and the Jan is going to keep going at a late game. It's one thing we talked about when we had Soraka's in the game as well, is that the farming, quasi-farming support who's getting solo XP is a carry in the sense that they're supporting so much. The shield is so big, the healing so good. Roxa did not know Wiggly was there. The ward hop is down. And the kick has to flash away as well. Nice patience there.
Oh, very nice.
Knock-up might find something. A pillar buys a bit of time. Ruin
Ruin? Is he gonna get him? Let's go. That's who we'd rather have the gold on. That's really good. Already stacking the Dark Seal on Janna. I respect it. That's the alpha move.
Nicely done there. They find a fight, get a
it's the alpha move by Ruin. I mean,
so
Ruin is just a Chad.
Pushing in that mid lane, they're going to get an easy Herald here. Tactical staying down on that bottom side, looking to try to cash in on plates there, but CLG coming out quite a bit ahead on this play.
Impressive stuff, Counterlogic Gaming. Winning through the new picks, putting in the Janna and finding, a couple of moments there. Also a lot of pressure on the bottom side. Wind, Smoothie, and Wiggly.
And
a lot down there.
Getting some, probably going to get first turret here.
Any way that Tactical can outrace this, there's still 4 plates alive on that bottom lane, so they're going to be able to get this.
Wow.
I'm anxious to see if they actually just keep
good early plays.
No one's walking up here to prevent this additional.
The classic CLG strat of stubbornly lane swapping to the lanes you want,
potentially prevent it.
and just being way more patient about it. Just being so fucking stubborn about it that every other team gives up about trying to get the lane, the matchup that they want. We did this in playoffs one time, like in spring. No, it was in summer last split. We did the same thing. I don't remember who it was against, but we just kept swapping back and forth to get the matchups that we wanted, and it worked very well.
Wind is in a decent spot here, and potentially for this next dragon fight, it looks like CLG just wants to force it. CLG should be playing around objectives because this composition is based around team fighting, is based around Janna being grouped with the team and being valuable there.
Pretty good for both junglers. Sorry, both supports, but the junglers
already got a flash. It's real good. And we haven't used any ultis. We got 5. They also have 5, but they're more split up than we are. So that's going to be a dead core JJ. Very well done.
And Impact is forced to run. Ruin still has the ulti. There's the top off. And CLG back to full health. That is the power of Janna. And suddenly, TL have at most a
and Pobelter strong.
So Counterlogic Gaming.
Wind is solid.
5 on 5 and outside of a miracle steal.
We got 2 dragons.
Very well done. And when you have this 2 dragon to 0 lead,
so I really like it. We're doing real well.
Up this dragon, you're working towards the Ocean Soul, or excuse me, the Infernal Soul, as that is going to be the one that spawns. So they're going to be able to get continued team fights every time one of those.
We got carries in good positions to carry, and then all of the support structure that they could ever ask for. Holy cow. Wiggly has more gold than Jensen? Holy shit.
Can then not move forward,
but Ruin has like no gold. But that's fine. It's a Janna.
They're missing a cannon there, but still feeling pretty safe. And again,
Janna's not really meant to have a lot of
really
gold.
high-level spells is important. Janna, of course, maxing W for the one-on-one, the bigger slow, bigger burst damage. Going Q second for wave clear, so it is going to be a lower rank shield. One of the big things about that ability is the cooldown scales with rank, so even though you have eventually AP to bolster the attack damage given, to bolster the shield amount given, the cooldown is going to be very, very long.
That does feel weird, because Janna is like always a max E champion. So when it's not, it's weird.
So I think you could have afforded to maybe put a couple points in Q and then go more heavily into E. Players have different kind of thought processes on this, on how many points you put into your laning skill. Oftentimes you'll see supports do things like a couple points into that Q for laning and then go towards this kind of more supportive style. But here he has 4 points in W, a couple points in Q. So yeah, the shield max is going to be very heavily played.
And that's the fight of the blue buff, as there's no rush to keep anyone safe. Nice steal. What? There we go, got it.
Oh,
Ruin got it.
Yeah,
Ruin.
Okay. Blue on Janna,
Stealing
not
the-
a bad thing, honestly.
Yeah, stealing up that blue buff.
LCS game ever played where CLG picked Syndra mid before it was meta and stole TSM's blue buff. That blue buff right there as a level 1 invade. Bit of history for everyone.
I like it.
Yep.
Good memory.
CLG always coming.
Did you?
I did.
We were always known for the
Syndra was
clever
that before.
level 1 strats.
Now Ruin. Oh, that is what you want to see.
What a Chad.
Redirect the horn. The knockup does well from the pillar it lands, but is there enough damage? Impact finds a knockup. Here comes the TP from behind. As Jensen
I mean, forcing a TP here is really good.
Runs easily to safety. TP down. The top laner safe.
Yeah, Jensen is able to keep alive.
Holy shit, the trolling.
After some insane Janna mechanics.
Woo!
Gets
Oh,
shot there from
the sidestep.
And Janna really is just kind of that denial sound.
That was next level.
As much as a meme as it is.
And it just gives Pomelter more free time in his solo lane.
As these melee champions that can't necessarily get back to your opponent, right? Sure, Ornn dives in, uses the searing charge, but if you actually get rejected out after that, you're kind of just having to try to waddle through a Trundle and Tornado.
Why do they have
too slow and
2 champions with 2 ruby crystals?
I am curious, by the way, as we keep seeing Wiggly take most of the side lane farm. Janna will never kill a cash venue, for example. And now that we're 14 minutes in, there's no jungle CS penalty anymore, right? So Wiggly can take anything he ever wants once the game. He'll get full credit. I am curious if we see damage items come through on Wiggly at any point in time.
Yeah.
I don't think we
He's
will.
gonna start tank, obviously, but like, what if Cleaver does come through? What if Titanic Hydra does come through? Because he's got a
I mean,
Janna to help
Black
protect him and make sure
Cleaver
he's safe.
potentially
So I actually
could,
think it's perfectly
but I don't
reasonable
think it
to
will.
go for that, because there is also an Ornn, and that's kind of your tank stats that you're actually going to be stealing in a lot of team fights. I do think with the Kindle Gem coming through, it's just going to be Knight's Vow, and it's going to be all in on win, and he's going to build supportive items, and we won't see it. But I agree. I think there's room for it in these types of comps, and I would have been totally fine with that.
Right now, we keep Ruin.
I guess there is
Just make
room
away,
for it,
and
but
very quickly,
I don't
pretty
think
close
we
to
see it.
now. He's gonna have the full completion on the item. Actually, 668 of 1,000.
Oh, we're up
So
like
2 minutes to go until
2,000
he's
gold.
earned
That's
all the
nice.
money that item can give him, but another gank is coming. Impact does have flash. But
Oh,
also no ultimate. So
okay,
those are in.
Wiggly
That's
ult.
Decent damage. Wiggly has been to the ultimate. Really good damage.
And
coming
that's
from
just gonna be a
Bob,
dead
but
Impact.
Just not
And
enough
Ru-
stats in the two of them.
Ruin
Wear
with the
down
kill.
that Team Liquid tank.
Yeah, they have so many slows between the pillar, the W, the tornado.
Ruin just being a man.
Down, despite the fact that
I love it.
not damage items on the Trundle, the ultimate really is shredding through a lot of Impact's health and resistances there. So pretty annoying, slow death for him. Yep. And in the meantime, CLG also able to take down that mid lane turret. So 3,000 gold ahead. Very strong team fighting potential with this type of composition. CLG are looking great, and it doesn't feel like Team Liquid really has a good answer to this, because they're not playing side lane heavily. They're not trying to avoid that 5v5. CLG is already up 2 dragons to 0, so it means CL is going to have to challenge them at these new
And another Rift Herald.
Yeah, and the game feels a little bit like when Tia was on the loss streak, where they feel like they're getting a lot accomplished. They're kind of waiting around and letting their opponents
And
do what they
CLG
want.
is just being
have been
super proactive.
pretty well here. Infernal Drake is up. TL not on that side of the map.
It
Ruin's
feels
recall,
like
Blake's recall,
Wiggly and
Blake's
Ruin
recall.
are just
Liquid
constantly
not able to
doing
punish
stuff.
that timing at all, so CLG
And so
is
that
ready
makes
to
me
fight.
wonder
Three.
if Stixay in his comms is like
Yeah, exactly. I think TL is in
preventing
it's gonna require a really good
calling
engagement
stuff
to be able
off,
to punish this. You need to
or
kill
just
someone off
not
very
taking
early on.
risks or whatever.
Nice lantern, nice hook, nice double play as well.
Oh,
The
shit.
re-engage simply too good. Wynn's gonna go down, and Rune wasn't in range to save him. Damage not enough.
Ooh.
Pobelter.
Oh,
Gets
Pobelter,
the
wow.
execute, and that's a
That
trade
was-
of AD carries. Wiggly has to be afraid. There was Impact chasing him down, and Jensen's nearby as well. Broxa just limps way to safety himself. It's a 1-for-1
That was
so far.
manly, the
Well
flash
apart.
auto.
Just
He
barely
knew
walked away.
he was getting the electrocute for the kill.
But both Impact and Jensen were spending all their time trying to knock down Wiggly, who is very tanky on this Trundle. And in the meantime, Pobelter was just kind of chasing after the rest of the TL members to take them down. You know, with
Yeah,
Wind getting
you
knocked
can
out
just
at the
do this
beginning of the
Infernal
fight,
Drake.
Maybe more attention should have been paid to Pobelter, who was able to TP in, but it is still TL back
What's
out
with
on
the
map,
double
charging
ruby
towards
crystal?
this.
I don't-
Wind has respawned also, and will
On
be moving over.
Ornn,
to the
I don't know what-
fight should continue.
Alright, Chronologic Game.
Does-
Pick up this Drake. It would be soul point for them.
Maybe Sunfire does
Flat
build out
damage
of
over
double
top, which would be nice.
ruby
Even
crystal,
multiplies the Drake
and so
itself, multiplies
does
the support power. You get Rai-
Black Cleaver on
Ruin looks for a bit of poke. Has
Lee
the
Sin.
maximum shield, by the way. Stayed at 2 points Q. 2 points now
Makes
in the
sense.
shield, so is doing that for the mid to late game team fighting power.
But
I agree.
that's just worse than a straight up Kindle Gem.
As he finds some poke, tastes some blood, but Impact's
This
not
Kindle
gonna
Gem's
do it.
800, so
Yeah,
is
now that he
double
actually
ruby
has
crystal.
the Athenes, all of that damage he gets in does matter because you're charging up the Athenes for this heal that can be added with the shield. Pobelter, remember, has no summoners, so he is potentially vulnerable to a kick flash once that kick is back up here for Broxa. That is up very soon, and I think this is part of the reason
Yeah, we
we're
don't-
seeing CLG be pretty
This
hesitant
is,
here
yeah,
for
this is
Wind is by himself on bottom.
a difficult one for us to come out ahead on.
He's gonna land. Drake comes over, no problem. The lantern brings with it a safety and Wind. He's gonna find a couple of roots. That's 3 targets
Yeah.
hit, but there's no follow through. CLG can't find the stun. They can't find the re-engage. Afraid it would come in, and now suddenly it's
yeah,
Pobelter,
that's-
who steps too close to the wall.
That was
and
not
gets
great.
shut down by Impact's
We
engage.
should have
Yeah,
just
this
given
time
that up
around,
and
CLG
probably
better split up. What
ran
happened to
mid.
Team Liquid last time?
That's what I would have done.
This time it is
Ran
Wind
mid,
on the outside
get-
there,
Oh,
unable
we
to
did get the
gather
turret
up his
anyway.
team, and as Pobelter stepped forward,
So
still
still
knows
not
he
a
will have some
horrible
from
trade,
his play. Step a little bit
but
too far
not
forward, get
great
knocked
either.
out by Impact. Easy takedown from him, and TL still has 4 flashes available, so a lot of playmaking. Wind has got to be pretty careful here about how he's going to play this out.
He does have Smoothie,
Damage. CLG is trying to wave
but the
through it
tower's
as well,
about
but
to
it's
die, so.
incredibly low. Liquid flinch enough to not knock the turret down. That hook might mean something, but Impact is so tanky. There's not really a kill when Ruin shows up.
Yeah, and that dragon is actually a really big deal because it's buying more time for TL. And I
Yeah,
do think
but
if you give
TL
Victor
doesn't
time, and he wants to
outscale,
start playing
really?
side lanes, there's not
I mean,
really
Ornn
anything
scales
that
insanely,
very
Victor
well.
scales
You can
extremely
have someone
well,
like Syndra kind of playing defensively with the first
but
played out like that, but here is the dragon fight one more
Lee
time.
Sin,
Impact
Misfortune
dropping the ultimate, only connecting on Wiggly, but
don't
Wind is
scale
not
all
with the
too
team,
well.
so
Braum
CLG
scales
is having
well.
a hard time actually going forward. Wind wanted to try to use this route to buy time for the rest of CLG to get in, but then as Pobelter walks
But
forward,
Aphelios,
he's flanked by the slow
Janna
before
Trundle,
JJ, and that
all
knockup
scale
was an
just
easy turn
insanely.
onto the CLG mid laner. Once he is down, Wind still split. No way that CLG could look for more in that fight.
Well, CLG find their next set of items as Landry's Torment comes in for Pobelter, trying to go for mostly frontline damage here.
Yeah.
It's only good if you're going for that one. Will
Yeah,
not be better at killing
that is a
Dazzle.
very
Jensen is
scary
gonna be
place
good
for
in the
Pobelter
case
to
of
be
having to
in.
slowly kill off
Oh,
Wind.
that
I
is
think we're gonna
so
see a
much
lot of
damage on
this
just 2
damage
items.
Because you have the Janna and you have this kind of disengage and re-engage style.
The
of
Impact
play.
is already level
And there's a lot
12,
of melee
so
champions
that makes him
from
very
the
difficult to
the
kill,
Braum, the Ornn, the Lee Sin,
especially on the
poked away at, which
with magic
should
damage.
make that Landry's quite effective.
Alright, we'll see frontline. I want to see Death Cap or Void next to keep that going then. And as Wind gets towards his second major item, still waiting on the Infinity Edge. Core JJ will
Okay,
be hooked.
oh.
No, he will not. Jumps over to Broxa.
Well done by
Safety.
Broxa there to
The wards go down.
keep him alive.
Baron is alive. These teams are fighting over top river control. Nicely done on the bottom side. Impact, I think, was in maybe local gold range, regardless of that turret falls. Team Liquid 1-4 in that record.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see if CLG want to try to threaten starting the Baron just to get a TP out of Impact. But for now, having that Scuttle Crab on TL's side means...
Oh, I didn't know you could
not
do that
gonna
on
be able to
Aphelios,
match
where
that, and TL will be able to
you
push out
get
bot
the
wave,
Q
set,
on the sniper,
and the ability to
and then you
take
auto
the
attack with the
Baron
different gun
threat
to get the
now for CLG.
whatever the proc
Their
from the
Ocean
different
Soul,
gun
I
is.
keep saying Ocean, I don't know why.
It's okay.
Their Infernal Soul is quite pushed back based on the lost fight last time around. So CLG going to be pretty dependent, I think, on this next fight going well. Keep kind of moving towards that win condition.
Yeah. One thing I want to point out, actually, is how XP is being divvied up here as well, because Ruin is actually under-leveled compared to his AD
Yeah.
carry in Win. some of that, some portion of that was the early lane swapping back and forth, was getting a bit
Yeah.
behind, but in general, he's just not been catching as many waves. Now, I would give Philius the gold too, don't get me wrong, like that makes more sense to me, but it does.
We still have like
is not
a
getting
2,500
XP.
gold lead, so we're
We're not
doing
gonna see more
fine.
points in that shield
But a
either.
lot of that is just standing
Part of
gold
that
from
is also
towers
they
that we've
split so
gotten.
much XP between the support and the jungle, right? You know, it is Janna and Trundle oftentimes in the same lane when those minions are dying. So
Oh, but Pobelter.
gold being put into
Oh, he's so far ahead of
Jensen
Impact.
splitting up here. Jensen going Death Cap second, and I think if he wants to play side lane, I want to see Lichbane next. It really does allow Victor to shred
And,
through these
oh,
turrets so incredibly fast.
The double
It does
support
give you
items here
one combo
gives
momentum.
us
When you have
so
that
much
vision,
more
that
vision
cap,
control.
You really can one round some of these squishy
Just
targets.
so much
Having
more.
that burst potential can be very important against
That's so good.
champions like Janna, who a lot of their strength comes in when you're getting multiple rounds of shields. When you can't initially kill someone off, and they become very, very durable once the second and third shield comes back, and they're getting reset back up to full.
Yeah, I mean, you get the shield off, you get the Athene seal on it, they ult, that's another couple hundred health, and their second shield comes in. I also do want to see healing reduction somewhere in that Team Liquid side for that. Now, Core, what a great play!
That was a good
Pulls off the jump
pillar.
back, Core has to flash, ult comes in for 2
Oh.
and that might be enough to kill him, and yes,
Yeah.
it is a lot of ults
Just
were
good
burned,
pick.
But CLG and the drought, they find the kill.
Good
Naga
pick
does
and good get
absolutely
out.
nothing. And Counterlogic Gaming cleanly on the 5v4. He's dead by the time this Drake respawns.
Yeah, that is a
And you
great
still
pick
have
from
like
Mondo
2
Core
good
DJ.
peel
Good grab
ultis
from
to keep
Dragon.
yourself
Not
alive in
really
case
sure
of
what
an
the ultimate
engage.
was from Impact. It was
But
so
you did
far
burn
after
the
fight.
Braum and the Ornn and the Victor ultimate. So each team has 2 ultis. You still have all your flashes. They have less flashes, so you got yourself a nice advantage right before the dragon. And you have great vision control there. That's really, really well done.
Get that last fight. They didn't take Drake number 3. That would have been Soul already picked up. CLG, of course, will still take the Drake. Well done to them. A solid mid game. Still a 2,000 gold lead. And Counterlogic Gaming really showing up to play today.
Yeah, this is one more time, and really the flay from Smoothie kind of makes all the difference.
Yeah.
The pillar actually
It was
invisible here, so
huge.
that is
Although the pillar isn't showing up
he
here.
actually gets played out. You know, he gets
Oh, there it is.
the ability to flash back and try to escape, but the ultimate follow-up there from Wind, rooting him up and locking him down. So the
Just
Popo
really well done.
with that central
And
ultimate.
everyone dodged the
CLG
Ornn
and
ult.
the solid pick,
Ornn ult is,
utilizing Trundle plus
I
Dragon
think, the
to
widest
back
skill shot in the
super
entire
far
game.
engage.
Yeah.
So it's so hard to dodge, but they managed to do it extremely well done there.
In the LCS right now, we're seeing him in the top lane. Athene's was done a while ago, but the
Oh,
Ardent
Athene's Ardent.
as well as the stats
Whew.
stacking up. And you're gonna get a lot of
And
damage
got
out
the
of
Dark
from
Seal
the
going.
And you're going to have so many additional kind of supportive
Like-
items for the Aphelios, because Knight's Vow is done on the Trundle. It looks like probably a Redemption is going to be built on the Thresh with that Bracer. You already have 2 supportive items, you know, to kind of buff up the Aphelios
Yeah.
on the Janna. And
Although the
Sudden is
Aphelios
much stronger
doesn't have
than
2 damage
what
items
we were
yet,
expecting. I do think we could also get Zeke's on the Trundle to add in even
which is
more
behind the
Aphelios,
misfortune.
so Wind
But he's
could
ahead
be
in
a pretty
levels.
great spot, and if
Oh,
TLG
no,
just
never
bursts them
mind.
out really quick, it gets tough.
And it's his LCS debut, right? Wind came in, he played a couple of teams
Right.
over in Challengers 3 on BBQ Oliver's, shout out Coach LS. And, you know, comes over to Counterlogic Gaming. He has a tough time in sort of Visa Armageddon where he has to play remotely, then comes
Yeah.
over. He got 8 total games in, but Styx had to play some as well. Comes up the LCS stage against Team Liquid, who looked really hot against the Deathless AD carry, and they're building around him. It's essentially 3 supports and Pobelter.
It's like what Cloud9 did when they had Kumo in. Just like, we'll give you a chance to shine, and then trade you in the off-season, and make a ton of money off of you. It's a business strategy. Always thinking ahead, this team.
The rich one, looking at the engage. Nice damage over the top, a knock-up, and 2 stopwatches. Quickly's got to be careful. Has to flash from the team backwards. A nice lantern brings CLG to safety. A nice engage by TL, but a nicer disengage by CLG.
Yeah, but it did cost CLG
Oh.
a lot. That is what you got to remember
Oh.
there. Broxa should be able to walk it out, but that is 2 stopwatches, a flash on Wind. That is a very expensive disengage. Those
Yep.
stopwatches, you don't get them back. And that summoner spell is going to be down now for the next potential fight. And Wind is that key member. So if he is without flash, if he can be knocked in by Broxa and burst out by Jensen,
Yeah,
that
but
could
they
change
did
the game.
use 3 ultis.
So we'll see. Can
So-
TL really
It gives
able to kind of punish
CLG a
because I
decent
think
window to
for
play
JK,
around.
His biggest strength is actually finding these windows and punishing summoners. He's
But
someone
Win
that
does
is
have
constantly
those
talking
2
about that
damage
in their
items at this
comms,
point,
and
which is
I
real
think they're
nice.
going to be looking very heavily for Wind in this next fight.
I am surprised CLG aren't hitting Baron right now. I'm looking at TL's vision. They have not seen Baron or Wind or Ruin or Wiggly for 15 seconds straight. A ward got cleared and CLG was like, they'll check it, it's fine. The mid lane was cleared. They actually had the chance to sneak Baron. I understand I'm making that call. I'm not saying CLG made a wrong call.
Yeah.
But that window was actually there for them.
And it's
It
one of those
was,
things that
but
you have to look at, right?
you
And
are,
kind of consider
the
how
dragon
they
isn't
feel
up
about
for a
their
minute and a
stance,
half, so you
right?
can
If
risk
they
it.
think, hey, maybe it's a
And
good
they didn't
risk
have a
to
lot
go
of their
there,
engaged
perhaps
tools.
rather than that Baron
So yeah, that
or
probably would have been a smart move.
We're already at soul point. We are in a point where we
But-
think we're going to win those team
and
fights as
we
long
have a
as we
decent-
execute, but hey, maybe you don't take that risk.
Decent
Now,
enough
that's a
Baron
decent
take.
call to make too, and might be
Nothing
the
amazing,
same.
nothing bad. Because Aphelios takes it fairly well if he has the right guns.
Maintained the 2,500 gold lead. The only question is, does it continue with
And
the flash
Syndra
down
takes
to the
it
stopwatches
pretty
down?
well.
Wind is now a
So
target.
does Trundle.
He can be saved by Thresh, he can be saved by Janna, but that's up to
So in
Outplay.
terms of
Will the Thresh
DPS,
reactive?
we're alright
I
there.
give credit to CLG. Their vision is really good over by
Yeah.
this dragon area.
Well, it's just
Oh,
really
that's
good
a
because
hook,
we
but
have a
Thresh wanna
fucking
go
support
for it.
top.
Pretty tanky.
People
That's the way
forget
I'm
that's
stuck
like
now.
one of the
Not
biggest
closer.
advantages
Finds
of
the
it.
gun, not yet.
Riot has
Nobody on that
intentionally
side
started
for
the game
CLG.
of
Lots
Vision to
steps
try and
forward.
create more
They can actually
fights.
potentially get comboed out here by Pobelter. He doesn't know that
And
he's
when you
there.
can get an
Now
extra
Bulldog
sight
gets that
stone,
forward, but
it gives you
this is
just
dark
a
path
massive
down
vision
for that
advantage. Look
CL
at the
squad
difference
on
in
the bottom side
vision
where
score
there's 3 pink
in
wards
top
right now
laners.
for CLG, and really 4 pink wards
E2 to
added in that one
15.
mid lane. They know what they want to play for, and
Smoothie
they're
is way
all
ahead in
vision
vision
is there.
score. Like,
Attempted Q down the line.
it's
They
not
play
even
for the most part,
close.
and a ward hop gets Broxa away as the timers tick down. 10 seconds on Infernal. And
It's just an incredible vision
Baron as
score.
Liquid. Now can easily send one player to solo the Drake. The question is, can they stop Baron 4v5?
I don't think they can. I think they have to commit to going up to challenge at that Baron.
That-
I think they're
this is
willing
a
to actually
smart
give it away.
call.
There is a blue orb available for Jensen, it looks like, so will they actually check it? They've got to know they're on it.
Down to
Yeah.
half health. There's the reveal. Impact tanking the front line. Burns a stopwatch early. And nice. A play back.
Oh.
Means there's an opening. Damage and a ruin.
Shit.
Has to flash away. When does the heal come out? Shields himself, but Wiggly goes down. The ulti was
That
already
is
burned,
not
and there's
good.
Nothing for CLG at all. Team Liquid crushed that team
Oh.
fight.
Yeah, Jensen
Well,
is
you
tearing through them now.
clumped
He has had
at
such
the-
a free game to farm up, sitting on death cap,
fucking-
fully upgraded power core there.
I mean, you were
Has a
clumped up
Sheen
for the
as
Baron
well.
and Impact.
And Jensen's
took
damage
advantage
was
of
back
that.
to his ultimate, reaching through that
So you
back
lose the
line.
Baron now.
Absolutely shreds them.
So,
CLG
are
gonna
you
try to
just gonna rush
They're
Soul?
actually now TPing cross map.
That's
This
actually
right
pretty
there.
smart.
And
Good play.
NTL actually get down there because remember, CLG has no junglers who actually.
That's
get
a
down there.
great
Has
trade.
So much damage.
Yeah.
So nice play by CLG. That is smart.
I can tell
Map.
Pobelter
I wanna
was
give
the one
credit
that
when it's
called
due.
that.
This is
TL
now
wants the
scary.
kills.
Impact is ultless. Can he find the knockup? A lantern over the wall. Impact.
Very
Could've gone
well
for a
done.
flash E. That would be such a huge
And
risk. Doesn't go for it.
Drake's Soul
The way
is
cleared.
probably
Now, Baron
worth
Team
more
Liquid,
than the
this is
Baron
only gonna last
at
2.5
this point.
minutes. They need to get something done, or CLG I think might just outscale with the Soul.
It's
Yeah,
so
I mean, the Soul
powerful.
is a really big deal. So let's watch this fight one more time. I think the early stopwatch was great from Impact, buying time for his team to get into position. That was a really nice pillar though from Wiggly. Locks him up. Jensen though over the wall, drops the ult alongside
Wait.
the MF ultimate.
Hold
His
on.
laser coming over top, dealing so much.
Okay.
Drops the into position. That was a really nice pillar though from Wiggly. Locks him up. Jensen though over the wall, drops
Was that in Misfortune auto?
damage
Hold on.
alongside. That was a really nice pillar
Where
though from
Ruin
Wiggly.
gets popped
Locks him
here.
up. Jensen
Oh, it's
over
the
wall, drops
Q.
the ult.
Okay.
Impact finding the follow-up ulti, allowing Jensen's
It's the
ultimate
Misfortune
to
Q
back
that was
up
in the air.
and finish off Wiggly. They do get the Baron, but in the long run, Soul is better because that is the permanent buff. So as you say, TL has.
Oh,
some
TL
pressure
has a
on them
gold
to get
lead
things
here.
Done now.
Yeah, I think they can though, right? They've tied the gold back up. They are 4 now, more powerful. 2 minutes of Baron buff. They can definitely take some turrets down. They're trying in the bottom lane. Impact leading the charge. Jensen knocked up, but he has so much damage. A single
Yeah,
E auto. That's the turret down to 1/3. Second auto. Third auto. Turret
Yeah.
is gone.
We don't have
Still
great
a
wave
minute and a
clear.
half. Team Liquid gonna achieve more with this buff. Bot lane, we're gonna let that one get wave cleared. The mid could be under fire. Top, if they go there, they can shove that one in too.
Now this Infernal Soul is going to be really helpful as far as the damage is concerned from CLG, but obviously if it is not in the mountain, it is not the ocean, it's not going to increase their survivability, so they still have the potential to
It's
get
not
those
mountain or
on the side of the team.
ocean.
And I think,
Oh,
you know, funny enough,
of
in
course.
this case,
God damn it. Of
even though
course
you
it's
take
not.
one damage, that would be really important.
Like,
I think it is better that TL are able to give up the Infernal compared
I
to something like Mountain Soul
I don't
or
understand why
Mountain
that.
Soul, which would just make it so Jonix can just
Yes, it
keep
is
stepping
not.
aside.
It's an offensive
Healing
buff.
back up.
Very good.
CLG is
You
really
understand the
solid.
basic mechanics of the game.
Yeah, I'm looking at Infernal Soul damage right now, and you're looking at, you know, about 150 damage every 3 seconds if you're working optimally. 50 DPS per member on Ornn is not a big DPS upgrade. Like, generally speaking, Impact can tank that. He's got a stone plate, he's kind of fine, but yeah, Jensen's gonna one-shot Wind if he doesn't have a lot of MR and a shield. And by the way, Wind has base MR right now, right? He's sitting at 33 against the, well, no flat pen, but it's still not a lot of resistances.
I mean, Jensen is on 756 AP with the upgraded death cap plus the Baron buff. Obviously, that will expire and then will go down some.
Yep.
But he is on a really, really strong one.
He
combo
is
build. Has
strong,
rank 3 ultimate now that he didn't even
but
have
we
in
also
the
have
fight.
4 kill
So, all
Syndra
of the additional
with
experience
a
he's picking up is a
fucking
big deal.
infernal soul.
It is. It's a big deal. And Team Liquid, with the tail end of Baron buff, look for turret number 5. They managed to tie the turret score. There's mid-tier 2 going down. Top 2 barely live.
So,
The turret
yeah,
score
that.
was 1 to 4.
And we
Not
have
long
a 3-item
ago. 4 straight turret
Aphelios.
builds for Liquid. The Baron buff probably without, obviously. The question is, as this buff times out, as it has ended, as the top turret dies, and TL can go for the
So they
reset,
didn't break the base
can
with
CLG
Baron,
now use the
which is
Drake
real
Soul
good for
to
us.
come back from a 2,000 gold deficit.
Yeah, and I think that's really the question, right? CLG, their best chance at getting fights that they want is just going to neutral objectives. So I think we are
Yeah.
waiting for this Elder
And,
Dragon because that
I
is
mean,
where you know TL has to contest you.
we
Otherwise,
have
CLG's engaged
Infernal
just
Drake,
isn't
which is
strong enough
really,
to
really
kind of get a
good
lot of picks or
for
things
fighting,
like this unless they
for
can
just
control vision and
fighting
find someone base checking.
in general.
TL want to keep playing side lane. Jensen is built intelligently for that, so TL going to keep spreading the map. As a result, they're likely going to continue to get more gold over the next couple of minutes, but then so much of it will come down to that Elder Dragon, which is just as strong whether you have 1 dragon or 4. So both teams, I think, going to be highly dependent upon that.
Yeah, but you got one team with a pretty big advantage towards it.
Wind is given the farm. He is clearing and clearing and clearing. He is behind
You got a team with an extra sight stone and with
full 4 for Tactical.
Infernal
I
Soul.
love that he, by the way, went for a reminder. He added a very efficient healing reduction item to that build. Molten Edge gets upgraded there as well. The inventory looks really nice on Team Liquid.
Yeah, it really does, and it's one of those things.
I mean, the healing reduction. Janna isn't huge for the healing, it's the shielding. That's the big thing.
So having that on him,
Her shield is insane. Her ulti's good because it's good healing, and the knockback is big.
Team Liquid right now feeling comfortable. They're the ones clearing mid-wave first, but CLG want to get back out on the map. You can see though how far back they're playing it. Team Liquid still feel more comfortable. The pillar means a disengage. Impact does not want to go in yet. Clear the wave, but you can see it's obviously Team Liquid. We're able to walk forward. We're able to put wards down.
But Ruin throwing down those
jungle camps,
beefy
Liquid
tornadoes.
in a neutral game state feel more powerful.
Yeah, but you know, I also would like to see them get over to this area. This is all CLG wards. They want to have that cleared out
Yeah.
before the Elder does spawn. They haven't actually taken the time.
And
to utilize
look
that mid
at the
lane
vision
back and
difference.
scout those wards. So,
We have
I do
2
think that is a
people
bit of a
with
mistake.
bigger vision
Despite the
score
fact that they have mid lane
from their
control, CLG
jungler.
doesn't have to care if
That's
they have
where this
That's the funny
pick
thing
is so
I think
huge.
The moment passed for Team Liquid. You want to usually reset 1 minute.
There's
That is the
so
time where
much
you go 1
more
minute before the
vision
buff
available
spawns.
to you.
It's now past 30 seconds. There's only 3 control wards left in inventory. Now 2, and CLG have the river, which means TL's not taking the river back. That vision belongs to CLG and will as this Drake spawns.
Yeah, so
Yes.
definitely a mistake there
I mean, it's
from
practically
Kyle, not getting much out
impossible
of that mid lane
to
prio.
win the vision
And
game
now it is
if
a very,
you
very
are
scary face chat.
Team
What they're
Liquid
gonna
here.
do, Impact can move over, but they need to be grouped up, and Broxton now really low to start that fight. Bit of a
Oof.
chunk from Pobelter. Puts him
Yeah,
down below
Pobelter's level 18.
24 Quickly burns the ult. They're looking to chunk down Impact, who ults away, and stone plates and jumps away. A quick redemption resets the health bars,
And
does
Pobelter
CLG feel comfortable
just
or
does
Team
so
Liquid
much
barely
damage
joins
at
the
this
river?
point.
Ruin putting some more healing down. Here's the Ornn Horn. Here's the attempt. They find the stun
And
on the
if it's
thread.
just
It will
onto
be a
Smoothie,
kill.
that's
It will be
fine.
traded back.
Oh,
It's really
that's-
only going in. Broxah can
Let's
steal
go.
the steal. So is Elder Dragon enough? Wind is safe, but here.
Wait, what?
Dragon can't go off in time.
What?
Tactical wins the duel. Only Broxa goes
Do
down.
I not
Three of
understand how
CLG are
Elder
dead.
Dragon
And
works?
TL
I thought it was
catches
once you
the
were
Baron.
quarter
Looks
health,
like
you
they're
get
gonna make this
executed.
rush for it, but they are so
So,
low. This
why
was
didn't
pressure
Tactical
as
get
Tactical
fucking
is gonna grab the
executed
red
at
buff
quarter
to
health?
heal up and also have that out of combat regen. Yeah, TL are gonna make the call. They gotta reset. No, instead they're just
Oh, they're gonna go for it.
There. Pobelter
Pobelter has
have
teleport.
They have got to try to prevent this. These guys are so low.
He has Spike Flash. He has Spike Flash and Broxa's dead. If he can get any vision at all, yeah, there's no way. TL had to leave. That is the right choice
Holy
to leave.
shit.
With that control where Wiggly 100% of the time. 85%
Yeah,
of the
we
time.
have Elder Drake.
I like the edit
But
there
why
on
doesn't-
as we see this one more
Why
time.
why didn't he get
Initial
executed?
job, poking multiple members
It's so
out.
weird.
But as TL moved in,
So what
too many
happens to
members from
Ruin
CLG
here?
had already committed to the Elder, so they could no longer
He
prevent
ulties
Liquid from
within
actually moving
Tactical's
up and
ult.
taking down multiple members. Once they get that,
3
going in,
pixels
down to 280, went down to 240 off
further
combo,
in the pit.
then is secured
He's
by
not
Wiggly.
getting hit there.
That is a
But like,
tough one for
look,
Wiggly.
Core JJ, maybe not quite quarter health.
He did quite a bit early, but also
Okay.
because
There. Tactical is quarter health.
he's slow and gonna get focused, he has to, or he could just get knocked down. And Tactical, they're barely surviving, is able to get a kill.
That doesn't make sense
That's
to me.
3 of the Elder buffs
But I've only
now
seen
from
Elder
CLG
Drake in
because
like
multiple
2 or
members
3
actually got killed off after that fight.
2 or
It's
3
still on
games
Wiggly.
in
It is
total.
still on Pobelter.
In
That
both,
is a big deal,
like
especially
in
if
solo queues, so I
Pobelter
can actually
has
like get a
Infernal
feel for
Soul
how
and
it
Helm's
works.
burst combo. And he only has to get you to 20% and then you just die.
Oh, Impact gets stuffed up
Is it
by the
20%
pillar.
or 25?
He goes nowhere for knocking the pillar down. And Counter Gaming gotta feel comfortable.
But
Syndra
do
and
we just
Bundle have the
burn
Elder
down
Dragon.
Drake?
They're now going top river, which they also own.
Jensen now on Void Staff here
It's
too.
almost
So much
like
heavy lifting has
the
had to be
Janna
done
pick
by him this
allows
game.
you
He has
to
everything
own
he
a
needs
lot
to
of the
dominate
vision
this team
that you
fight.
normally wouldn't be able
It's gonna
to
be tough,
own.
and CLG's still staying on this Baron. It's down to about
Yeah,
half.
I mean, they can't go in and fight it.
Damage
It's
down
versus
on the turret.
fucking
Nice
Elder
little
Drake.
turret, as Wiggly's down to about half HP. Does have his ulti for the re-engage. Tactical in the wings, waiting for the play. Redemption will heal up
It's still
Wiggly.
so low. Look at the Baron.
Who can get the smite? Who can get in? There's the Q landing. The smite
And
again.
good
It goes to
smite.
Wiggly, and Counter Logic Gaming have to feel comfortable.
Oh
But
shit,
they have to
Wiggly.
flash away. Ruin. I think it's the second time he's instant canceled his own ultimate. But the reset comes in. CLG can hold mid lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are gonna have to back off. I'm not sure if it was actually a Victor ult that did cancel it because Victor does have that little
On the first,
mini
yeah.
silence on the first tick.
Oh.
But that was TL making the call to try to
I didn't
combine
realize
that
Victor had
ultimate
that.
with Broxa going in and look
But-
for the steal. But
nah.
2 out of 2 times,
Wind is
Broxa has been outsmited
pretty powerful.
by Wiggly.
Pobelter
That
is
such a
so
big deal.
powerful.
Those 2 smites really
Holy
have
shit.
decided a lot of this game. If TL got both of those objectives, potentially they just end off that last team fight win
Yeah.
by that dragon point. So really good job by Wiggly, and now CLG.
Yeah,
are
Wiggly's
in
playing well this
control
game.
and are gonna have.
He's
a
just
lot of power
he's
and
super
confidence
comfortable
in
on the
wins.
trundle.
Elder Dragon gone. Baron buff on for 2 minutes here as they clear the top side. And Pobelter's going to be running out of item slots. Wiggly, though, a lot of room to grow. Going to start taking farm here. And he's going to go for some very heavy armor on the top. That fight again. Very close smite battle here across the jungle.
I kind of felt like TL could have just committed to the fight and moved in as 5-man squad, but instead, Tactical, watch him over the wall. He's just waiting for the ulti to combine with Broxa. Drops the ultimate here, Q in, and they try to combine on this. The smite, we can't see. It might be a pick on Wiggly.
Lantern gets into safety. Nice route.
Yeah,
comes
I
in.
don't think
No
that's
follow-up run of Jensen.
even
Doesn't
close to a
like
pick
how
on
he
Wiggly.
Split pushing and has very fast recalls. So he'll be safe as well. CLG comfortable in the 4v5.
He has a Janna and Thresh standing next to him. He has Gargoyle Stoneplate as Trundle.
It can be really nice if you can get a good exhaust off.
I don't think you're picking that guy.
Deal. But power play,
I don't
kind of keep
I
it
don't
up.
think that happens.
Yes, there is additional gold value over on those foreign items too. We have to take that into consideration, but it does feel like it's pretty much just down to the execution at this point. CLG have not clearly taken over
But
with this.
Pobelter is
skill
just
arsenal
carrying
that
this
they
game
have
damage-wise.
I think we're just going to the next element.
Wiggly's
CLG
playing
still
well.
feel like they are able to actually
Ruin is just warding everywhere.
the Elder that they had for a little bit, so it's going to be another objective, and that second Elder could be the key for them.
And Wind is trying his best.
Clear in mid. 30 30 seconds on Baron that will drop in plenty of time to fight for Elder
He's
Dragon.
doing all right.
But again, they're going for this bottom jungle.
Oh.
CLG, it feels like, have had the better vision control overall in this game. I think they've got
No shit, Sherlock. Of course they've had the better vision control. How do you not understand why they have better vision control?
Doing the best to keep his team happy in that regard. I guess it's no surprise CLG wins in vision. Two Sightstones able to sweep there.
Now, 41 minutes into the game, you finally realize, oh, that's why they've had the better vision control. Maybe it's because their top laner has a 120 vision score.
Through this whole dark area, they have no vision even really in their own jungle, so you're going to be getting chunked out by
Oh,
6 items.
that initial chunk is disgusting. He didn't even get hit by the Q. That was just the E.
Definitely hurts. We'll see if they can find that next engage. As the Orin Horn is sounded, Pillar comes up, Impact wants in, finds only the front line. But Wiggly, look how much damage he can take. Lantern means safety though, and he has ulti. He's got stats.
Ooh.
There's some damage up, but
Oh, very nice.
Just be an impact, but he's barely getting away. A flash gets out from the lasso. But
Okay.
alive, and Counterlogic Gaming
But
feel pretty healthy.
the Elder Drake is up.
They can still walk over.
Impact has no TP. He's on the flash exhaust
Oh,
right
shit.
now. So CLG likely just going to get this. The only chance is maybe a Broxa steal, but if Broxa goes for the steal and dies,
Last
CLG
two
might just
fights
end it.
have gone to one side. The Pillar buys some space. He cues in. Can they wait it out? Wiggly's getting low.
Oh, good burst. That was a great coordinated burst.
Way out for Broxa. He should be going down, and he does. 5v4 in the map, and an Elder Dragon on for 2.5.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Two,
CLG able to come out
two
on the
Elder
side.
Drakes.
Bulldogs are getting so much damage down on that front line while TL looked for the engage. Bulldogs was on the side.
I don't know if I've ever seen a game where a team got two Elder Drakes.
It is another Elder going that way. Broxa
And
was in
Wind is
desperation
like
on that
nearly
field.
full
This
build
didn't even connect, so he had to work
without
it and try
a
to
single
find
kill
way,
to his
which is
name.
gonna be a
Everyone
really
else
percentage play
on the
there,
team has a
but
kill.
Bulldog needed to go for it. Again, Wiggly coming out on top. So here it is one more time. He looks for the Q. Doesn't actually connect on that dragon. Not able to do it. So he does Q in onto Wiggly, trying to smite that. Not able to get out. Cost him his life, and Wiggly has really been on point with these smites so far this game.
Yeah.
A lot of credit to
Well, the
Zerg.
coordinated burst through the
Okay,
team
so items are finishing up. See that game going up and down and up and
has
down.
been
back and
really
forth
good.
off of Smites and team fights and everything else. As Counterlogic Gaming in the driver's seat here.
But
Yeah, they have
Ruin
really
might
good
just be the best support player in North
They've been the ones
America.
who have gotten
Like, his
so
vision
much
score
more.
is insane, his mechanics are insane. He's
Double Elder,
undefeated so far on support champions. Like,
PL are still in this. CLG just struggling.
Man's
to
just
push
an
it. Every
alpha.
time they take an objective, it just feels like they're kind of unsure of what to do with it, and they're not feeling confident in their ability to actually walk up and siege because they have no way to actually deny the Ornn engage. There's no Braum on their team
Yeah.
or Flash Shield or anything like that, so I think they're just not confident to move forward when there's no flash on their carries against this Ornn, but it does
and
mean
you shouldn't be
for
that
TL
confident to
kind of
move
screen
forward.
out a lot of these objectives, right? There's only 30 seconds left on Elder. CLG has done nothing with it. They're just taking the Elder, and then they're going to go to the Baron and try to get that, but if you can't do anything with the Baron either, it just feels like we're kind of running in circles here. CLG are getting all the major objectives, but not able to close.
All right, round 3 on the Baron. Team Liquid hoping to win this BO3. It's already so incredibly low. Q lands again. Ornn hits 3. Here comes the attempted re-engage again. The smites just keep going over to Wiggly, but the health bars are low and Smoothie.
Wiggly just
Days are numbered. Ruin's ult has already been used.
on point with the smites. Now we can just run top lane.
Must recall.
Yeah, that is 4 straight major objectives where Wiggly has won the smite fight against Broxa, and now CLG have the inside track. They might finally break the base here because TL was out of position, and they just rushed down and knocked down that inhibitor tower here.
The turret's definitely gone. They know the Ornn ult and the Victor ult are down as well, but Counterlogic Gaming not yet willing to push their limits. A lowish health bar on Smoothie means they will recall and use the remaining 2 minutes of Baron buff to maybe finally crack into the base.
Also,
Keep in mind,
Impact
Bulldog
has
done
no
5
farm.
fights for 5 minutes now.
Yeah.
He has 221.
I don't think they actually are gonna
Like,
do
he's
anything
not
with
that
Baron
far
buff.
ahead of
What we saw
Ruin, and
last
Ruin
time.
has intentionally
Baron
not
hasn't
farmed.
pushed. Flashes are still on cooldown for their carries, so we'll see if they're willing to try to get something done here. I think CLG are just kind of hoping they can kind of just stay around and eventually get a pick and then maybe end the game off that. But they don't have a lot of good.
Also,
ways to
he
fight.
doesn't have tier
So
2
we're
boots
just kind
yet.
of in this stalemate that
That's
has just been back
really
and forth.
weird.
CLG gets a big objective. TL waits
I don't
it
know
out,
if I've ever seen someone
waits it out,
40
trying
minutes
to going back and
into a
forth,
game that
something could happen,
doesn't
and as
have
long
tier
as it
2
is
boots.
CLG, you are giving more opportunities to TL to
That's
find
just
a
weird.
engage and potentially win the fight off of it, because that timer's become very, very long when you're 46, 47 minutes in.
That might be all they need. Still got about a minute and a half left on this Baron power play, and Counterlogic Gaming crossing the T's, dotting the I's, making sure there's not too much vision around. They got their own control wards down. There is one in the jungle they're walking by, but looking at bot lane tier 2. Pove has shepherded in the wave. Wiggly's there to cut off the opposing one, and that means it's turret number 7. CLG once again retake the turret kill lead. They wait to see if they can siege any farther.
And the gold matters a little, but not a lot at this point, where most of the carries are all done their items. You know, it's mostly just, can you crack the base? Can you deal game-ending damage? And that is where CLG has struggled, but they are trying to remedy that by pushing multiple lanes.
But we have,
looking for the engage.
I mean, second Baron.
Onto 3, Runes waiting around, puts the shield down, puts the redemption there as well, and Wiggly puts in the ulti. Gets some steals away from Core JJ. Jensen's down to half, and that might signal the disengage. Only one ult used, and it's enough to push them away. Middle inhibitor is cracked. Top inhibitor going to be an easy attack here as well. CLG should have no problems knocking
Moving
this one down.
forward at the right
They have
times.
reduced Team Liquid's base to shambles. The pillars
You know,
there, bullet
things
time
could be
means next to
things could have
nothing
been
for
more
Wiggly.
clean,
Almost goes down. Ult comes
but-
in for Core JJ. Poe cannot quite find the kill in Tactical. Slowed down by Braum. Has to respect Victor now as well. Finds another stun. Can't quite find the kill though. And actually the inhib will live.
Pobelter is playing these fights so well. Honestly, the scatter to interrupt
And
Tactical's
44
ultimate, finding
seconds
multiple long-range combos
on
there,
the
chunking out
third
members.
Elder.
He basically solo forced the flash out of Tactical and interrupted the ultimate, which potentially could have killed off Wiggly. So Pobelter really has been playing incredibly well in this game, and you've got to give him some credit. You know, when he came in for CLG, he
Yeah,
has
Pobelter's
really
been incredible.
a big factor for this team, winning lane phases against almost everyone.
It
He's
feels
been
like we
dominant
should
in a lot of
probably
games,
start
fighting
6A
wise. Looking
again.
great here again, 6-1
Wind
on this
just
match.
has
Not much to complain about
been
for
so
Pobelter.
incredibly
Last time I saw
lackluster.
CLG with Dragons 20 minutes in. They lost to a base race. Impact very tanky, will not go down, but a flame might mean Core drops. Not enough damage to the
Holy
Syndra.
crap.
Look at the stun in the front line. Wiggly, he's healing, he's finally going
But
down. A 1-for-1
Pobelter
on that
finally
fight,
kills him.
as they trade jungler for top laner.
I think that does go in favor, you know, as far as combat power of CLG, but because there is an objective here that you're fighting over, it's risky to try the Elder when you have no jungler. So TL should be able to push CLG back right
I don't know
now.
how fast we take
We'll
this
see if they
though.
want to commit to it. This is when you would hope Broxa would be able to smite.
Yep, they can get rid of the vision, and Win has a lot of damage. Broxa has Guardian Angel yet
tactical
again.
hooks.
They find the hook, they go
Oh,
in for the play, but
the
there's enough damage. Both
follow?
up from the fight.
Oh,
Yes, Dragon
that's big.
is helping Team Liquid, but so far CLG have stayed alive. They got that pick, they disengaged, and the respawn 30 seconds away.
Oh, they're really not actually playing for the Elder
This is
right
very,
now.
very scary stuff. If
They're
TL
just
die here, the
trying
game
to
could just
keep-
end. So Broxa's
you know, they're
gonna be
just
damn
getting
sure if
picks.
he's gonna go in for this attack.
Oh, a lot of damage.
That was
That's
so
the
much
same.
damage.
He's running out of health. The Elder Dragon
Pobelter
still
TP,
hitting him.
he's behind.
Yeah.
Pove is behind. Can he find the stun? He flashes.
Oh,
He gets the Guardian
that-
Angel, he gets the Elder
let's
Dragon.
go.
He
That was
dies.
huge.
He's gonna
Very
get
well
the
played.
well. Team Liquid will not withstand the power
Holy
of
shit,
the
Pobelter.
POB.
The absolute
Holy shit,
one-behind
Pobe.
play.
Alright,
Pobelter
I apologize to you,
takes over the
Pobelter.
game.
I kinda shit on you when you first joined.
And says,
This
"Team
is the
Liquid,
best split
get out my
I've
game."
ever seen you
I can't
have.
tell if the crowd is chanting
Can win!
CLG or
Finally get a kill!
But 11-1 on Syndra.
Win cannot get a fucking kill for the life of him!
And Counterlogic Gaming
Oh,
down Team Liquid.
holy shit.
Pobelter.
Pobelter.
My God, what
God
a
damn.
game and what an ending. CLG had
Yeah, they were
so
like
much trouble closing
building.
that one out.
Oh, Weldon's
Pobelter
so fucking
takes
happy.
the bull by the horns. He says, I'm going to be the one to do it.
Imagine coming to 2020 not being
It
on a
looks
starting
like
lineup.
Wind is
Here
not
he is,
comfortable.
hard carrying Counterlogic
Everyone
Gaming
else
victory
is
over
so
Team
happy.
Liquid. The best thing that
I
happened
know.
to CLG
I-
all year is Pobelter joining
I
in
think
the
that could have been a
lane.
lot cleaner if we had
Beautiful
Stix A
stuff against
dealing
his old
damage.
team.
But Pobelter was enough to
That's gotta be
carry.
sweet.
Imagine being a team who didn't pick up Pobelter in the 2020 season, seeing how well
Yeah.
he has played.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's on an absolute tear.
Pobelter
Loving it.
is absolutely bodying the competition.
All right.
It's not
They
even
said
close.
they'd fight until they were
I'm
guaranteed
proud
they
of you,
couldn't make it.
Pobe.
It is an uphill road, believe you me.
Also,
It's gonna be
ruined
tough
best
for
support
Raptors
NA.
who want to make it the top
Somebody
6
give
with
him
5 games to
like
play.
an
They're
all-star
3
team
wins behind
vote
that mark.
for support
They're gonna need some
because
help.
he is
They can't even
undefeated as
guarantee it
support
themselves,
and just
but
insane
games like
vision
that,
score.
maybe you can claw
Just a
your way and just barely
madman.
make it.
It is possible that they can still make it. But
Always good to end the
they
like
are having something that they can
have
build
a
on.
win.
Here is the pro
That's so
view
nice.
play.
Oh, let's see
Pobelter
this.
Teleports in, spots him with the blue ward. Flash, 3-man scatter, ultimate on one, QW on the other to kill him off. And then
Oh.
while Broxa is in that GA, the spells come back up. He can finish him off. Even flex on him with the Zonias. He's loving it. He's laughing it up, and rightfully so. That was the play of the season. That was just so fantastic.
Yeah. Almost an hour long into that game, and Chronological Gaming came away with it. Now on
Let's
the
go.
other side, we're going to hear from Pobelter on that win.
That-
Stay tuned. Hear from the man himself.
That was a little rough because it felt like we didn't really have an 80 carry dealing damage. So bring Stixay back. Pobelter, you're a man. You're just a man. Ruin. It's just really good. Wiggly played the best game of the split for him thus far. I'm proud of him. Smoothie played extremely well. So things are looking up. There's a chance for playoff, boys. But I'm gonna regret that tomorrow when we're gonna get our ass kicked by somebody more than likely. But oh well, I can still have hope.